Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to another Facebook Live here at Eight Letters Bookstore and Publishing. I'm your book curator, Cindy Wong, and today we have a back-to-back launch. Yes, you heard it right. We have two books to launch today, and these are no ordinary genre. As you can see here in the caption below, we're going to launch two psycho romance books, and I'm holding them right here. So one is RUE by Pinkette Gaytano, and the other one is a book of a poet of melancholy, a curious case of reticence and limerence. So this is going to be an exciting hour for all of you guys and for me as well, because this is the first time that we're going to dig in to these genres. Okay, so without further ado, let me first introduce you to the first author. Okay, so Pinkette Aubrey C. Gaytano was born in Parañaque and grew up in the province of Quezon. She's a graduate of Bachelor of Arts in Communication Arts in the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and is currently continuing her studies in the Arellano University School of Law. She is an awardee of the non-government cultural organization Brown Movement for Cultural Advancement Incorporation, or Kilusang Kayo Manggis on the Spot Essay Writing Contest in 2013. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us call on Pinkette. Hi.
Hi everyone. Hi Miss Cindy.
Hello,
So glad I'm
hello.
here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm so happy to have you here on our Facebook Live because, well, we're printing books here in Cebu, and for the past few weeks or past month, I believe, or past month, we've been selling quite a lot of these novella because it's quite, it's not a thick novel, but it's a novella. So you're one of our bestsellers, and I'm just excited to get to know you better and to get to know about your this genre, this story. So Pinkette, is it fine to call you Pinkette, right? Am I
You
pronouncing
can
it
call me
correct?
Pink for short. Color pink. The pink
Pink.
one.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like pink better. Yeah, so parang haba kasi ng Pinkette, but yeah, pink is better. So let's dig in, no? Let's start. I have a series of questions here for you, and I'm sure all of our viewers here, they're curious on your journey as a writer. You're curious on how you came up with RUE. So I think I would start with how and when did you know that you want to do this, you want to be a writer? What made you decide on this path?
Actually, it's an interesting story po. It all started with rap music. So,
Mhm.
I think it was in sixth grade when one of my teachers required us to make a rap song. And dapat tungkol po siya sa Nutrition Month. I think it was Nutrition Month at the time.
Mhm.
So, while writing the rap music or while choosing the song that I wanted to use as a material, I personally wanted Parokya ni Edgar's Day Yes Yes show. I was at the time obsessed with it. So it came naturally to me writing the piece or write.
Mhm.
I actually what I enjoyed the most was rhyming words.
Mhm.
So my beginnings as a writer was started with more of poetry than actual than essay or than novels. So that was it po. It all started with rap music.
Wow, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that answer because like one of the questions that I have here is the piece that you also wrote for our Pinoy sci-fi piece,
Mm,
and
um,
then
I think I lost
the
you,
internet
ma'am.
connection is it
Hello
okay?
po.
Okay,
Hello, ma'am.
okay, it's still running. Yan, medyo
Ayan,
naglo-load lang.
ayan.
Hello. Ayan, ayan. Okay,
Ayan
we're
po
back.
ulit.
So I was like, I was saying na we're going to talk about Pinoy, your Pinoy sci-fi piece, and then these other psycho romance book. And then napunta tayo sa rap. Like, oh, okay, rap and poetry. I didn't expect that. So, what are the other genres that you're writing?
Before I went into fiction, I was more into creative non-fiction because I found it parang mas madali po siya since you already have the material, you already have the concept in your mind or your story or yung gagamitin mong piece. So, back then, I used to write creative nonfiction kasi yung iisipin mo na lang is how you will present it or how you would want your message or the lesson that you want to deliver to your audience. So actually, ma'am, RUE and Super Societies were my first attempt to fiction. And I've written it back in 2015.
Mm-mm.
So 7 years ago. As for my other
Okay.
genres, yun po, I'm currently trying to work on fiction. Yun po.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So, okay, I can see that you have so much skills as a writer. Um, can you tell me then, like, what would be the most enjoyable part of being a writer? Because you studied in UP and you're releasing this book, and then now you're as mentioned here, you're continuing your studies. I believe you're studying law. No, paano ka napunta sa writing, and
Yes,
then
yes,
now
ma'am.
you're in law? So,
Um,
mhm.
I think, ma'am, the most enjoyable part is whenever someone would tell me or whenever I was told that they relate to what I have written. I think it's the most enjoyable part. In fact, so sobrang enjoyable niya whenever I would write or create something, even for example, for us for a job or back in college, whenever it was for a requirement. I would send it to this specific friend because gusto ko yung exchange namin ng thoughts after niyang mabasa and whenever he would
Mm-mm.
say how he related to the piece or to that something that I sent to him. So that I think is the most enjoyable part as a writer.
Sharing to your friend, and now you're sharing it to so many people. Okay, yeah, I would say parang not that we need that validation, but actually yes, we need
Mm,
that validation. Like if people are reading our stories, it means um we're spending our time writing these stories,
yeah.
and parang hindi na siya wasted, mas worth it,
Mm-mm.
mas nabibigyan ng value yung pagiging writer
Opo.
natin. Not that we need that validation, but validation's good as well. Yan. Okay, so pero going back to the book, how did you come up with Rue? Paano tayo
Um, as I've mentioned earlier po kanina, it was written pa in 2015 and that was the time when I was most insecure because I think I was in my second year in college so I was learning a lot of things most especially in writing because I was a writing major po. So I realized
mm,
back then that as a writer, it wasn't enough that you are creative or imaginative. You also have to have a lot of other things other than those, such as, for example, you have to have a wide vocabulary. It's really important since it helps a
mm.
writer, like, yes, ma'am, express a feeling or a story differently. Kasi there's really something about redundancy, parang mananawa po yung readers, parang gano'n. And also what I learned is as a writer, you got to have a lot of context. Kasi parang doon po kumbaga sumisibol yung pagiging relatable mo as a writer dun sa mga nagbabasa po sa'yo. And most importantly po is yung experiences. Kahit pa second-hand experiences siya, mahalaga po siya as a writer kasi doon nagsisimula yung material mo, yung piyesa mo po. I remember nga po one discussion in college na parang yung concept na ginamit sa isang ad, parang sa isang fast food chain siya, yung pa-burger ka naman. Nalaman ko na it was a real life story pala na ano siya, sinasabi talaga siya nung kung sino mang nag-create sa friends niya before. So, nagamit niya yun as a material. Yun po.
Wow, that's interesting. So, yeah, so of course experiences of context, or at least you have a glimpse of paano napupunta sa mundong yon, or paano pwedeng mag-evolve yung certain story. Okay, so RUE, okay, the protagonist kasi, John Gaytan and RUE, diba? So RUE is his fiancée. So parang may okay, the blurb is like people change, right? So John so well because he knew he changes much as his first love. So 7 years life partner and beloved fiancé Rue, but when the latter had a completely altered personality, he was more than baffled. So the mystery, you've created that mystery well, like in the beginning of the blurb. And then there was this surgery that happened, and natanggal yung tumor in her brain, and then she became a completely different person. May I know what inspired you? But like, was there a realistic um experience, or pangyayari paano nabuo itong mga protagonist na to?
Actually, ma'am, thinking about it, parang wala. Parang it came out of nowhere lang. Parang kasi at that time nga po, parang ang sinusulat ko lang is yung mga nangyari na rin talaga, na mga alam kong events. So parang ito yung part ng life ko na nagta-try hard ako. Or parang nag-attempt kasi ako parang ginawa ko siya, actually, yung process ko ng pag-create sa kanya is, yun nga, gumawa ako ng problema. Tapos parang sinolve ko lang siya. Paano ko ba masasabing nag-change siya? Ano yung nangyari? So, parang mas pa-backwards ko yung naging process ng pagsusulat ko.
So like you were exploring different options, like kasi hindi mo siya naging experience. So parang maybe this is part of you being a law student. You have to probe, or ano ba, dig in kung ano ba talagang nangyari. And yeah, okay.
That's one thing one thing about fiction is parang yung logical causes of action, kailangan mo talagang isipin ba't nila ginawa yung mga ginawa ng characters mo. So, yun yung, I think, yung struggle na part ko pag sa fiction.
So, do you prefer writing fiction to non-fiction, or which one?
Parang 50-50 lang po as of now. 50. Yeah. Parehas ko po silang na-enjoy.
Yeah, kasi at least when you're writing nonfiction, then at least you have a dose of reality. Wherein if you drown in a fictional world, medyo mahirap-hirap yun. Medyo mahirap yun for writers. So, Pink, muntik na katang tawaging Rue. Pink. Tell us more about the protagonist in this story. Okay, we're moving the discussion towards the story itself. So tell us more about this protagonist.
So, yung protagonist po sa story ko is si John Gaytan. So, orphan siya. I think implied ko lang siya sinabi dun sa story kasi wala na siyang parents. But kinuwento ko rin dun yung isang excerpt dun. Favorite ko siyang sinulat na part, yung tungkol sa lunchbox. Kasi parang it's a way of me showing paano nakita po ni John Gaytan yung pagkamatay ng parents niya, pagka-orphan niya, in an interesting way din. Kasi it's Halloween, na bakit through that mo siya ikikwento. Tapos
Mm-mm.
yun po, banking on that, yung pagiging orphan niya since ayaw niya na, kumbaga, ang dami ng taong nawala sa buhay niya in the past. So, tsaka yung pagmamahal niya for Ru. So, dun po ako nag-bank, yun yung ginamit ko para maging motivation niya, ba't niya ginawa yung mga nangyari, yung mga
Mm-mm.
extremes na kinailangan niyang mag-undergo para kay Ru po. Yun po.
Mm. Okay, so we can say na, he doesn't want to lose Rue. Kasi parang nandun siya sa process na gusto niyang ibalik si Rue sa dating siya.
Okay.
Oo. Oo. Medyo when thinking about it, kung hindi lang siguro siya nag-undergo ng surgery, no, pwedeng
Mm.
like people could let go of these things eh. Kasi sabi mo nga, like people change, and when you marry a person, or if you get together with another person, parang sabi nga nila, kailangan mong mahalin kung sino sila sa past,
Mm.
present, and then yung future na magiging sila. So, like for our viewers to understand, bakit ginusto ni John na ibalik siya sa dati? Couldn't he love her the way that she's changing, or masyado ng psycho romance, so like it turned
Si
out negatively, or
siguro po, kasi parang yung story is yung nalimot kumbaga yung nawala sa memory ni Ru is yung feelings na attached dun sa memories nila. So
mm,
parang kung ako kunyari as a person na ito yung na-feel namin at that moment, at this time, like for example, yung meeting scenario o yung pagkakakilala po nila, parang nakakahinayang na she wouldn't feel that way anymore. Na parang, kung iaalala, tsaka 7 years po na span kasi siya.
mm-mm,
So, parang yun po yung at the back of my mind habang sinusulat ko siya.
mm-mm. Okay, so why do you think people should read psycho romance books, or let alone Rue?
I believe na whenever you write, you have your target readers naman po. So, my target would be yung mga mahilig sa mystery, thriller, and sa detective genre po. So, if you like twists, if you like mysteries, ayun, unlocking secrets, ayun po, Rue is for you.
Ayun, so may mga
Opo.
secrets na madi-discover.
Opo.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so just wondering, do you have a copy of Rue already in
Right
hand?
now, ma'am, wala. But
Wala.
I went to province because of, my mom's
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah.
year.
Oo, kami rin na naubusan. Actually, luckily, I still have this copy.
Opo.
Um, but okay, so now we have the reason why people should read Rue. The reason is, okay, if you guys are listening, the reason is if you love mystery, and if you love to dig secrets and all that, Rue is for you. So let's slowly move out of the story and um, focus on you as a writer. Were there any struggles? Just curious, struggles in writing this book.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
The reason why it is published only this year is because nagkaroon ako ng problema po na i-incorporate yung medical parts. Kasi of course, I had to research first about surgery, about cancer itself, and of course, other concepts kagaya po ng amnesia. So, before hindi ko alam how will I incorporate it into the story kasi yun yung pinakamahalagang part yung sasabihin na kailangan ng surgery po ni Ru. So, luckily, years later, I now have doctor friends who I consulted with po. So, ayun na, nabuo na siya finally.
Oo, oo. Okay, so yun. For writers out there, you really should research, research, especially, if it involves medical terms and etc. Medyo
Mm.
medyo mahirap na naman. Otherwise, people who know these stuff, and then when they read your story, it can be problematic. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Ayun. Yun. So, do you have any like favorite part um inside para perhaps I didn't mention to you na we could also have a little bit of reading, um but just in case, do you have any favorite part perhaps? Oh, prologue is
Um,
actually short, so maybe pwede nating basahin yung
yung
prologue.
prologue po. Opo. A lot of some friends mentioned na after they read the prologue, kala nila patay na agad si Hiro dun sa chapter 1. Kasi pagpasok ng chapter 1, funeral agad. So I think it
Mm-mm.
worked, the
Mm-mm.
prologue.
Oo, so may turning point na agad ang story. So,
Opo.
ayan ang sinasabi ko. Kailangan mo talaga ng mga writing skills pagdating sa, pagsusulat ng novel or ng novela, or especially psycho-romance, because in the beginning pa lang, kailangan you have to tease your readers already. 'Di ba? So,
Mhm.
sabi nga ni Joseph Escaris, the book is amazing. Where did you get the genius idea, Miss Author? Ayun, nasagot niya na kanina. You can play back the video later on. Ayan. So just in case, we have 8 minutes left. Is it all right if I read the prologue,
It's not,
or do you want to read it, Pink?
no, I don't have a copy
Oh,
right now. Sorry, ma'am.
okay. Ako na lang, okay. Okay, ako na lang. So okay, here's the prologue. Anyway, it's quite short, so please bear with me. Okay, prologue. Dear Tom, Rue used to be bright and full of life. She was kind to everyone and would never hurt anything deliberately, especially her father. She is not at all messy. She never felt this indifferent to all of us. And for all I know, she hates coffee, but now she is at it every morning like she has been drinking it for so long. Stranger things happened, and it all did after the operation. Why do I feel like she has become a different person, Tom? I'm not sure why I'm asking you, but I do hope I ask the right person. These things I mentioned are only a few of the countless things I want to discuss with you. I'm not sure how I would deal with them. I need your help. I called the office and learned that you are on vacation with your wife. I hope you can at least tell me what I should do. I don't know what to do anymore. Have a happy time and enjoy the best of it. I hope you will help us when you get back. Truly yours, John. I sent the letter to Dr. Scott after Rue's father's heart attack. Roger rather took it personally when Rue denied his invitation to this year's Christmas celebration. Although Rue and I love celebrating special holidays together, as other couples would have, the month of December is the only exception. It always said yes to Roger, and that meant so much for him, as Rue is his only child. It is a surprise that Rue turned him down, almost as if she intentionally wanted to cause him pain. Rue is changing a lot. Her attitude, her likableness, even her appetite, uh, and the way she frowns at things that displease her. Rue is not like herself at all. She does not treat us the way she did before, and these all occurred after the operation. Our love had passed all those line challenges for relationships. But this one, which just came in, is extremely strange because it does not just include Rue and me. It also involves science, brains, and clues. Ayan. So, oh, ayan. So that's the prologue. So, ayoko nang magbigay ng clue to our readers here, pero gusto kong tanungin, does it have something to do with yung pagbabago niya, yung medical, or bawal sabihin?
Uh,
Huwag na lang.
yes,
Okay, yes, yes.
nasabi ko na ata.
Okay,
Yes
okay.
po.
Okay lang yan. So yeah, so something to do with the operation. Okay. Oh, that that was, I don't know, intense, and I would say something different to what we've been reading for the past few weeks, maybe years. Kasi, from from a publisher's point of view, parang palagi kaming marami kaming nababasa ng stories, but your take, the voice, they're completely different in RUE. And I think that's why people should read RUE kasi iba yung atake. I don't know how to further explain, but yeah, the attack is different. It's a fresh, coming from a fresh style. Yeah, I think I would say style. So yeah, so there you have it. Um, for the last question, sabi ko nga, you also wrote a short story for Pinoy sci-fi. So what would be the next genre that you'll write, perhaps? Could you give us a glimpse? Are you working on something new?
I what I would like to work on would be in the future would be horror. I
Horror.
um, yeah, I'm interested in how I will create a horror story kung paano ko tatapusin yung sarili ko. But currently, ma'am, what I'm working on, it is actually in collaboration with a friend.
Mhm.
We're planning for it to be a book series and it will be written in Filipino. So, it's more of a detective fiction and it's entitled Mga Chismosa ng Ilaya. Yan po. So,
Ano ba yung mga
uh,
weaknesses?
yes, ma'am. And the funny thing about this is that all plot will become or will be arising from chismis.
Oh,
Yun po.
familiar. That's familiar. And actually, alam mo, pag nanood ka ng Soko, laging sabi ni
Yun.
ganito, sabi ni ganyan,
Opo.
no? Doon
Yun
kayo,
po.
doon kumukuha ng, paano ba to?
Narrative po.
Narrative, like, bakit sa chismosa kayo kumukuha? But why not in facts? But I would, very much looking forward to what you're coming up with next. Kasi sabi mo nga, it will be written in Tagalog. Eh. Yeah, I've seen your English stories and fresh siya. I'm curious how you approach this time.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so guys, if you're watching, I hope you get a copy of RUE. It's only 310 pesos. You can check it on Shopee, Lazada, and also on our website. So www.8lettersbooks.com/shop. So yon, as sabi dito ni Joseph, we'll be looking forward for that horror genre. Yun. Yeah,
Hello.
may mga nag-aabang na. So, 'di ba, ang daming ang daming fans ni Pink. It'll be fun. So, Pink, do you have any more messages to our viewers right now?
Ayun. I would just like to thank po lahat ng sumuporta sa RU. Tsaka sa Super Societies din. It's a first. It's a first. Ayun po. Thank you so much.
Yun. And then I just want to mention Super Societies. That's the chosen title of the anthology. Super Societies was written by Pink.
Thank you
Yun,
po.
diba? Okay, yun, ganun ka-special. And that's also another one of our best-selling books here at Eight Letters. So if you don't have that copy yet, you know where to grab it. So yan, Pink, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Such a pleasure to have you and to really get to know you even for just half an hour. No, and looking forward to more of your books, more of your stories. And yeah, thank you so much to all of her supporters as well. So guys, go get a copy of Rue. It's only 310. Okay, thank you, Pink. And
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. We'll see you
Thank
next
you
time.
po.
Yeah, thank you, Pink. Bye. Ayan. So thank you, Pink. That was such a fun interview. As you can see here, usually ginagawa namin yung interviews with the authors every weekend, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm sure next week meron ulit. Okay, meron tayong naka-line up. Okay, so for the next one, sabi nga namin, it's going to be a back-to-back launch here at Eight Letters Live. The next book that we're gonna talk about is this. See, this, it has a very attractive cover. And as we're talking right now, while we're talking here, we're receiving orders already of this book. So, A Curious Case of Reticence and Limerence. It's another psycho romance book. We'll have Poet of Melancholy talk about that later. But if you're that type of person who watch or like watching you know that series, no? You on Netflix. This book is for you. But let me just introduce you to the author. Let me read his bio. Okay, so the poet of Melancholy writes all sorts of weird written literary art, amalgam that mostly includes poems, proses, short stories, flash fictions, and even parables, songs, science theories, literary research, philosophical thoughts, and weird point of view on life. He also does paintings and even 3D poems. Poems created from tangible materials most of the time, fused with different art forms such as paintings, glasswork, etc. Medyo bigat. Medyo bigatin tong afternoon na to kasi like we have Pink, no? She's taking she took up a course sa UP, and then she's doing law, and then this one, okay, we have Poet of Melancholy who's doing all sort of these artistic stuff. So yeah, so such as paintings, glassworks, etc. Like could you imagine that? So let me call on without further ado, Poet of Melancholy. Ayun. Hello.
Hello po and good afternoon po sa lahat po ng nanonood. So, ako po si Poet of Melancholy.
Ayun. So, grabe yung introduction natin kanina, no? So, actually, sabi ko dito, I didn't mention earlier, but you were a writer at this big TV network, tama ba?
Yes po. Nagsulat po ako dati sa Bubblegang po sa may GMA7.
Okay. So, okay lang ba, Poet of Melancholy, let's talk about you as a writer first and then the book later on. Ayan.
Yes
In
po.
this
Sige po, no problem po.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so Poet of Melancholy. So you were a writer. Okay, sabi mo sa Bubble Gang. You were writing comedy before?
Yes. Yes po, comedy.
Comedy, and then wow, your journey as a writer, ito kakaiba to. Gusto kong usisain. Okay, gusto kong usisain because you're writing comedy and now you're writing a psycho romance. Why? How? What? When? Where? um, Paano ka nagsimulang magsulat? Ayan na lang.
Okay po, sige. So, yung po, yung start ko ng pagsusulat is nung bata po ako, mga elementary. Elementary pa lang is may interest na po ako sa journalism. So, pero nung time na nun is hindi pa ako nagsusulat talaga kasi yung sa journalism, ang ginagawa ko is yung editorial cartooning, ganun. So, more on drawing siya. Pero eventually na-involve ako dun sa literary section. So, unti-unti, nagsusulat ako ng mga poems, nag-fill in ako ng mga poems. Tapos eventually, nadala ko siya hanggang nung high school ko, hanggang sa college. So, kasama ako doon sa mga school paper. Yun, gumagawa ko ng mga poems, tapos nalalagay naman siya doon sa school paper. So, pero yung genre ko po talaga, since nung college, yung pinaka well-loved ko na genre talaga is horror. Yung mga Edgar Allan Poe kasi talagang yun yung mga influence ko back then. Pero yun, yung nabanggit niya nga po ni Ma'am Cindy na involved ako sa Bubble Gang. Na ano lang po, tinake ko lang po yung opportunity kasi parang may search po yun search for comedy writer. So creative writing pa rin naman siya. So tinake ko yung challenge kasi sayang rin yun kasi gusto ko rin maging part nun syempre and ma-experience maski minsan yung makapagsulat sa TV. So yun po yung nangyari actually.
Oh, okay. You took up the challenge and then you got the position. Tama
Yes po.
ba? Were there many writers during that time? Marami bang nag-try na sumali? Was it hard?
Yes po, marami po nag-apply nun kasi parang nationwide yung search nila So parang starstruck for writers siya dating.
Grabe, okay. So starstruck tayo sa Bubble Gang. So okay, so you were writing horror and then ano ba? And then how long were you writing comedy?
Yung comedy po is super short stint lang po. Siguro around a year lang po talaga siya.
So, like, was there a point in time na ano ba, ayoko nang magsulat ng comedy kasi wala na akong mapaghugutan? Dumating ka ba sa point na yon?
Yes po actually. Kasi parang hindi po talaga ako ganun comfortable with the genre. So parang nahihirapan talaga po ako. Although may napoproduce po ako, pero syempre parang sa akin, sa sarili ko, parang hindi ko siya ganun na appreciate for me. Kasi parang iba yung dating nung ang tawag dun, as an author, parang meron kang hinahanap na parang appeal sa sarili mo. Yung parang fulfillment. So parang ganun, parang may hinahanap ako for in myself po.
Then hindi mo siya mahanap before sa comedy.
Yes po.
Oo. Pero nahanap mo siya sa book na to.
Yes po. Sobra po.
Ayan. Okay. Ito, very interesting to. By the way, so Poet of Melancholy actually has a website. I want to show that to you guys kasi meron ding, if you want to dig in deeper into Poet of Melancholy's work, you have to check out the website, poetofmelancholy.com. Okay, I'll share that, guys, later. So, okay. So, with regards to Poet of Melancholy, tell us more about the protagonist. Yon, with the protagonist of the story. How did you come up? Kasi may ano dito may disclaimer. With regards to stalking.
Yes.
By the way, guys, this is for stalkers. Makaka-relate ka sa stalker point of view. Paano ka napunta sa ano na yon? Sa angle na yon?
Okay. So yan, medyo interesting po yan. Tsaka nilagyan ko rin po ng disclaimer kasi ayoko na parang gayahin ng mga readers. So kasi kasi ang ginawa ko dito is nilagay ko siya for awareness. So if hindi pa po na, siguro baka hindi pa nababasa ng iba ko ano yung meaning ng limerence. So isa siyang klase ng parang sabihin natin love disease. So mahirap siya malaman kung meron ka nito or hindi unless na magpa-check ka sa psychiatrist. So for a time, sabihin natin na nagkaroon ka nitong limerence, so magkakaroon ka ng mga obsessive feelings with this limerent object. Yung term na ginagamit sa psychology is limerent object. So nagli-lead siya into, sabihin natin, kasama na dyan yung stalking and more. So kasi eventually magde-develop ka ng feelings na kailangan magkaroon ng reciprocation. Kaya itatry mo lahat para maging close dito sa certain person na to. So para sa akin, medyo problematic tong idea na to So kung meron ka nito, so kailangan aware ka kung hanggang saan yung boundaries mo, ganon. So pero mahirap mahirap masabi kung meron kang limerence Kasi pwede siya mag-dwell between obsession and love. So parang dun tumatakbo yung story. Yung limerence na tong main character ko, yung name niya is Maev. So nagkaroon siya ng feelings towards dito sa main character natin, si Arnie. So si Arnie yun na dun sa main sa cover ng book. So yun, siya yung sinusundan nito ni Maev. So yun yung pinaka-story lang actually. So yan. Bali, kakaroon siya lang ng internal dialogue about dun sa kanyang feelings about Arnie.
Ayun. So limerence. I also checked kung ano ba talaga yung meaning dyan.
Yes,
meaning ng limerence. Kasi, not a lot of people, would get it right. But limerence is like, may desire ka to be with that person or to get that object or kung ano man, but not necessarily sexual.
Yes po.
Oo. Okay. So, ayan. So, so you can check out Poet of Melancholy. So, nilagay natin dyan, poetofmelancholy.com. Yan, for more information about the book. So, we will learn more about this as we go along. What I like about this book, by the way, is that it has this kind of illustrations. Did you draw this? Ikaw bang gumawa nito? Ikaw bang nag-design nito?
Yes po. Pero yung gamit ko po dyan is 3D art po na software. So, yan po yung ginamit ko dyan. That's 3D. So, actually, yung mga nagtatanong ko sa akin, binabanggit ko na more mathematical yung software na yan kaysa sa artistic. So, kasi yung more artistic part is yung mga just coloring Pero yun po.
Oo, ayun. So yan. Yeah, it's a very interesting book kasi hindi siya tuloy-tuloy na story. May mga babasa ka rin ng mga poetry or something to do with parang yun nga, internal dialogue. Like it would really take you to that person's Mavris, no?
Yes po.
Mavras, yeah.
Yes.
So to that person's mental state of mind. So ano
Yes.
bang tumatakbo sa utak niya? Paano siya nagiging ganito? Um, and okay, itong interesting na part. He's not just a stalker. What's interesting about this is meron siyang current relationship with another woman. Yun.
Yes po.
Mm-mm. Oo,
Yung
so
yung
ayan.
yung po yung nagpa-complicate actually nung story. So, kasi kung wala kang relationship, you may pursue the person right away, 'di ba?
Mm-mm,
So,
mm-mm,
dito nagkaroon siya ng parang pinipigilan niya yung sarili niya to fall for this woman. Kasi meron
mm-mm,
siya nasa committed relationship siya. So, nandun yung kanyang dilemma.
mm-mm. Oo. Yeah, like it's kind of weird kasi like some people they would cheat right away, no? They would
Yes.
just go for it. But for him, nandun yung agam-agam na no, I won't do it. Hindi ko to gagawin. No? Oo. So does he want to preserve or save that relationship? So yeah, that's for our readers to find out. But
Yes.
so poet of melancholy, tell us more about the process. How did you come up with this world?
Hmm. Okay po. So, the process. Siguro, banggitin ko po yung inspiration.
Mm-mm, ayan.
So, inspiration ko dito siguro, as a kid po kasi I grew up watching cartoons a lot. So, sabihin
Mm-mm,
natin, and most of it was anime. So, may particular akong favorite na anime. So, hindi lang
mm-mm,
siya maganda dahil dun sa ikakaiba ng cinematography niya as from the other animes na napapanood. But
mm-mm.
also, yung storytelling niya is napaka-unique. So, yung title niya is His and Her Circumstance. So, kung napanood ng mga ibang
Ah,
viewers, His and
ah,
Her Circumstance. So,
ah,
yung ano niya is love story to. And
mm-mm,
what inspired me to write this story is yung beautiful style ng storytelling niya, which is yung tinatawag natin soliloquy or yung
oo,
internal dialogue. So,
oo,
iba kasi yung dating na naririnig mo yung voice ng character. Yung alam mo kung ano yung nasa kanyang isip, lalo na yung innermost thoughts. So,
mm-mm,
napaka-interesting sa akin back then nung pinapanood ko yung anime na yun. Yun. So, marami kasi mga great canons out there na ginamit na yung style na to. Pero para
mm-mm,
sa akin, ito yung nag-inspire sa akin para ma-pursue yung ganitong klase ng style. So, yun.
mm-mm.
Parang laki ng appeal niya sa akin. At napaka-effective niya to use for this type of for example, yung paggamit mo ng mga poems, proses, so napaka-effective niya for this specific style.
Mm-mm. Kasi mas nakikilala mo yung protagonist, yung,
Yes
you
po.
know, oo, yun. Okay. You know, while I was reading this, kasi nabasa ko rin to, of course, lahat ng libro sa 8 letters nabasa ko. While I was reading this, sabi ko, kakaiba yung style na to. Parang, it's not the usual atake. Again, binabanggit ko na naman tong salitang um, attack or yung approach, no, pagdating sa pagsusulat. Does it have something to do with the genre? No, because it's a psycho romance, you need to have this kind of voice kasi if you don't execute it, it would turn out kasi may I hate, I don't want to say this, pero kind of romantic,
Yes.
pero creepy, may percentage of creepiness,
Yes po.
pero at the same time there's romantic side, and if you don't execute it in like perfectly, I'm sorry to say this because it would appear na um medyo one-sided. Magiging one-sided yung story, like okay, he's just a villain. Ganun lang.
Mm.
Oo. Yeah, well, I'm so glad that I'm getting it right. Kasi it's so complicated. It's complicated, guys. I cannot just tell you na okay, this is what happened, ganyan. You really have to read it yourself. Okay, so let's start to read some comments here. Aside from yung mga personal experience and musings mo, may mga ibang works ba na naging inspiration sa book? Ayan, do you wanna answer that?
Yes po. So, actually, yung mga more on experiences ko dito na more dun sa mga inspirations ko dito sa book is more on napupulot ko usually sa mga songs eh. So
Mm-mm.
aside from reading books kasi mahilig rin ako mag-read ng songs, yung sabihin nating read beyond the song. So iniintindi ko mabuti yung lyrics, pati yung background, pati yung
Mm-mm.
story. So more on dun sa mga songs yan eh. Pag nagsusulat ako ng book, nag-iisip ako ng isang song or a series of songs, tapos yun yung parang ginagawa kong parang sabi natin template for the book, for the story. So feel ko yun yung isa sa pinakamalaking inspiration ko dito.
Good. Ayan, yan. So, meron ding nag-comment dito na who's your favorite author po by Rosie.
Okay. Favorite author. Aside from, nabanggit ko kanina kay Edgar Allan Poe, so syempre, Neil Gaiman rin kasi matagal na akong fan talaga ng Sandman ever since. Actually, before maggawa ng book, ang isa sa mga target ko dating magawa is parang comics like Sandman style. Meron pa nga ako dahil kasamang friend ko na sa UP rin na sabi ko na siya yung magagawa ng story then ako yung magdo-drawing for that. So pero hindi na natuloy eh. So pero sana matuloy after nito. So yun po.
Oo, tapusin mo muna kasi by the way guys, this is part of a series, right? Part of a
Yes
series
po. Part
na
of a
to.
series of 3 books. So trilogy yan. Actually medyo finish na talaga yung mga books so pinapolish na lang talaga siya.
Ayan, so, finish na yung book. Oh my God. Ayan. That means malapit nang lumabas itong tatlong to. So, the
Yes.
first one is A Curious Case of Reticence and Limerence. Part 2 naman is Love and Illusion or a Disorder. Is it going to be the same protagonist?
Yes po, same lang po. Yung
Yeah.
second book is about dun sa backstory nung guy and yung kung sino yung girlfriend niya. And yung third book is about dun sa point of view ni Arnie naman.
Oh, okay. So, part 3, Illusions of a Disillusioned Soul.
So, yes.
Wow, okay. So there's so much ano ba 'to? I forgot the word, but you're playing words in so many different ways, no? Wordplay, oh my God, wordplay. Ayan, ang daming wordplay dito. Eto, may isang comment dito. How did you come up with your pen name, Poet of Melancholy?
Okay. Ito po, very interesting po to na
Curious din ako
trivia.
dyan.
Okay.
Ayan.
So, actually, hindi po talaga siya Poet of Melancholy eh. Kasi nung freshie po ako sa college, so 2006 sa UP Baguio, sumali po ako ng Poetry Festival. So, nag-send po ako ng 3 poems. Tapos, meron po ako isang poem doon na paborito ko. Siya yung pinaka-sobrang paborito kong poem. Ang title niya is Ang Makata ng Kalungkutan. So, Filipino. Pero, ang po nangyari is hindi nanalo po yung favorite kong poems. Pero yung dalawa kong poems nanalo. So, nanalo siya ng first and fourth. Pero yung favorite poem ko hindi siya nanalo. Pero eventually, naisip ko siyang gawing English. So, ginawa ko English yung title, Makata ng Kalungkutan. So, naging Poet of Melancholy. Tapos, parang nag-resound sa akin. Sabi ko, parang ang gandang name nun. Pwede ko siyang gamitin as a pen name po. So, yun po yung pinaka niya. Origin.
Oo, yung hindi nanalong piece.
Yes po.
Ayan. So, Emir, I hope that answered your question. Okay, so, ayan. So, gusto ko lang i-mention ulit, no? A Curious Case of Reticence and Limerence is available in all 8 letters platforms. It's only 380 pesos. So, please get your copies. You know, we have very limited copies, by the way. So, yan. It's only 380 pesos. Shopee, Lazada, and also on our website, 8lettersbooks.com/shop. Ayan. So, Poet of Melancholy, ito bang psycho-romance book na to, does it have a happy ending?
I can't say for now kung happy siya or hindi. Kasi ang ginagawa kong ending po lagi sa mga work ko is parang open-ended siya lagi. So, hindi ako naglalagay lagi po ng isang particular ending. So, nagtatapos lang lagi yung story after nung magkaroon ng realization yung main character. So, parang na-fulfill niya lang kung ano yung kanyang hinahanap for that specific story. So, pero hindi ko masasabi siya na happy ending. So, sabi nating lang, medyo grounded lang siya mas grounded lang sa reality.
Okay, laging sinasabi sa mga novelist, like there should be a character development. And in every book, no? Like iba dapat siya from the beginning until towards the end. So for Mevra's case, was there a character development in his part? You don't have to say the ending.
Okay.
I'm just curious for this type of genre. Is it necessary ba na magkaroon ng character development or ano?
I think po napaka-necessary po. For every story talagang kailangan natin character development. Pero for this particular story, I think nagkaroon lang siya ng sabi natin catharsis. So from dun sa kanyang sabi natin yung feelings, so mas lalo niya lang naintindihan kung ano yung feelings niya for the specific girl. So, tas mas lalo niya lang, yung nangyari sa kanya is more on a journey of discovering yung sarili niya eh. At saka yung pag-discern dun sa kanyang feelings. So, tinitimbang niya kasi yung feelings niya for both women and yung sinasabi natin yung kanyang commitment with dun sa kanyang girlfriend. So, sabi natin, napag-isipan niya lahat to. And dun sa story is, nagawa niya ko ano yung sabihin natin pinaka-rightful na decision for himself. So, na-evaluate niya yun.
Okay. So, were there any struggles ba sa pagsusulat nito? Gano'ng kabilis mo to nasulat? Kasi sabi mo natapos mo na yung 3 books, no?
Yes po. For this sige po. For this specific book, kasi everything came out naturally lang talaga siya sa akin. So, parang ano lang siya. Kasi inuunti-unti yung process ko po sa pagsusulat is inuunti-unti ko lang po talaga siya. So, ang ginawa ko talaga, nag-took talaga ako ng time to write yung each part and hinayaan ko lang po yung story na mag-revolve on its own. Kasi after nyan, eventually magugulat ka para siya nagkaroon ng sarili niyang life. So, eventually, yung characters mo, makikita mo, magkakaroon sila ng sarili ng decisions and stuff. May imagine mo yan as a writer.
Okay. So, okay, may mga iba pang questions dito na gusto rin natin sagutin kasi we only have a few minutes left. Sabi ni Rosie, are you working on other stories aside from, the 3 that you just completed?
Yes po. Actually, meron po akong mga ginagawang stories na horror. More on horror. Ito na yung mga horror ko po na stories na matagal ko nang gustong gawin. Actually, ngayon, nag-work po ako sa isang sa isang screenplay. Gumagawa ako ng screenplay po ng horror kasi gusto ko siya i-submit sa kung saan para sabihin natin, malay natin maging film siya or maging story or series. So, yun, gumagawa ako ng screenplay for a specific horror film. Ang title niya is Whisper. So, siya, horror story about an orphan na babae. So, yung cliche na orphan na babae na sinusundan ng ghost. So, parang ganun yung story niya. So, yeah.
Tagalog ba yan or English?
English po yung kanyang language. And like my other stories, nakaset rin siya sa Russia. So, di ko rin sure kung bakit ko laging sineset siya sa Russia and may weird Russian names. Pero yun po yung nakasanayan ko lang sa stories ko since na elementary. So, yung ganun talaga ginagawa ko.
Oo, makaka-relate ako dyan.
Yes.
Makaka-relate ako dyan sa Russia thingy na yan. Pero hindi naman siya like katulad ng Stranger Things, no? Kasi like, it leans towards horror, sabi mo.
Yes. Hindi naman po.
Oo. Like, okay, I hope, hindi naman villain dyan yung mga taga-Russia.
Hindi po. Setting. More on lang talaga. Setting lang talaga siya. So, yan. Typical orphanage na may batang babae na may ghost. Yung cliches. Yung pa.
Oo. Like, do you do a lot of research when it comes to writing? Kasi,
yes po.
kasi ang dami dito eh. Like, um, you dig into the subject itself so deep. So gusto ko malaman, like, what's the amount of research that you do in your work?
Tremendous amount po talaga. Kasi eto, magbibigay lang po ako ng quote na binigay po sa akin nung isa doon sa mga mentors ko sa sa
Mm-mm.
Bubble Gang. So,
Mm-mm.
the late Direk Uro. So, nabanggit niya po sa amin na pag nagsusulat ka ng something, so kailangan alam mo talaga kung ano yung sinusulat mo.
Mm-mm.
So, ang ginagawa ko po talaga is kailangan i-research mo talaga lahat 'yan. Lalo na yung kay Miss Pink kanina, 'di ba nabanggit niya na
Mm-mm.
kailangan niya mag-consult sa mga medical experts about dun sa para sa story niya. So,
Oo.
pagdating sa topic mo, kailangan mo alam mo talaga yung mga in and outs. Kasi mahuhulaan niya ng mga readers eh. Yung mga readers natin are pinaka-harsh critics natin yan. So, kailangan talaga equip tayo as writers. Sabihin natin, kasi ang ginagawa natin, yung book para sa kanila talaga to eh. So, kailangan ready tayo sa lahat ng pwede nilang bato na questions. Tapos, equip tayo with the facts. Kailangan bigyan natin sila ng facts eh. Para yung storytelling natin, yung ating world building is as accurate, as much as accurate dun sa kung ano yung ating ginagawa talaga.
Oo. So I hope our future authors or the viewers right now na gustong mag-publish ng ganitong klaseng book or kahit anong klaseng book, you need to do, tremendous research naman talaga. Okay, I just also want to read some of the other comments here by Maria Teresa Marinas Clamera. Your creative mixtures of prose dealt with deeper yet meaningful journey of the emotions in all aspects. Hindi pure kilig romance. So, ayan, parang I guess nabasa niya nabasa niya na yung mga gawa mo. And sabi ni Vincent, excited to see what you do with horror. Yeah, kami rin. We're also looking forward. So, do you have a copy of the book, perhaps?
Ay, yes po. I have a copy po dito
Yeah,
right now.
ayan. Yay! So, maybe, you can grace us with, couple of minute reading, on the spot reading.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
ayan.
okay lang po, bukas na lang po ako ng random page.
Oh, yes, sure. Ayan, mas masaya yan.
Okay, sige. So, ito po. Babasa lang po ako ng isang poem. So, itong poem na to, bigyan ko lang kayo na ng background. So, itong poem na to is nasulat ko siya sa loob ng isang supermarket. So, naisip ko lang siya out of the blue, tapos sinulat ko sa phone ko. So, sobrang easy lang siya. So, ang title niya is Flutter. So, it's funny how you make my heart flutter by just a mere thought of you. To make my heart race and excessively exert too much effort just to keep beating. Like a beat-up drum clanging to the music of your ecstatically normal existence that brings both joy and sorrow to my heart. So, yan po siya.
Ayun. Parang ito na, may follow-up questions agad ako.
Ay, yes po, sige po.
Are you as a person, are you a hopeless romantic?
Yes po. Yes po. Hopeless romantic. So, feel ko isa yun doon sa backbone po kung paano ko nabubuo yung mga poems ko. Kasi para sa akin, I savor po yung the emotions, lalo na yung the beautiful emotion ng falling in love. So, pag sinavor mo yun, tapos nilagyan mo ng words, yun talaga yung poetry. So, doon nabubuo yung poetry.
Ayun. Hindi ko natatanungin kung sino mga inspiration mo dyan,
Yes,
But thank you. Thank you sa nag-i-inspire kay Poet of Melancholy. Ayan. So again, I just want to highlight, it's only 380 pesos across all 8 letters platforms. So go get your copies. We have very limited copies left. So ayan, 380 pesos lang. By the way, we also launched this during the recent Manila International Book Fair.
Yes.
Ayun. So I actually want to share the website as well. Poetofmelancholy.com. Kaya lang nagpi-play agad yung music, if that's okay.
Ay, sorry, o nga. O nga. Nilagyan namin
Ayan.
kahapon ng video, pero lang.
Oo, ayan. She's so uncool. Ayan. May music. Kaya nga, nagulat ako agad. Teka, isupas ko yan. Because you know why? Ang nangyayari kasi sa StreamYard is binoblock nyo yung copyright.
Yes po.
Oo. So, ayan, tatanggal ko na. So, go ahead, you guys, check out poetofmelancholy.com. Ayan, ang daming information dyan. Ang daming, uh, not just about the author, but also the world built by Poet of Melancholy. So do you have any more messages to our viewers right now?
Siguro ano lang po, maki-shoutout ko lang yung mga friends ko diyan na nanonood po ngayon. Lalo na po yung family ko. Nakita ko po yung ate ko kanina. So yan, shoutout ko sila po diyan. And yung mga ka-workmates ko na nanonood po. Yun lang naman po. So bili kayo nito. So yan. Dito po sa
Ayan.
8letters.com. So sinend po naman yata po nila yung link.
Mm.
And also, maraming salamat po dito sa 8 letters, sa bumubuo na 8 letters para sa opportunity. And dito, so sana marami pa kayo matutulungan mga authors na nagsisimula. Kasi malaki yung natutulong nyo dito sa writing industry. So, yun lang po sa akin. So, maraming salamat.
Thank you, Poet of Melancholy. It means the world to us, no, that we're making a difference here at 8 letters. So, ayan. So, guys, go ahead and check out Poet of Melancholy's book. Ayan, I'm sure marami kayong matutunan dito, lalo na yung mga psycho things, stalker
Yes.
things, but please don't.
Sana hindi po matutunan yung stalker things, pero okay na rin.
Oh, don't try this at home. Yun lang masasabi ko.
Yun lang.
Ayun, okay. Thank you so much. And yeah, so I that concludes our Sunday evening. Ayan, back-to-back lunch. These two books, RUE and A Curious Case of Reticence and Limerence. Ayan. So parang babae yung book cover. Because I don't know, maybe di ko naman sinasabi na kami yung salarin palagi, no? Kami yung salarin. Ayan. So go get these books. I'm sure it'll be a nice read, especially this Halloween. Ayaw nyo na masyadong horror, but at least may romantic things pa rin. So, get these books. So, yun. Thank you so much, Poet of Melancholy, and looking forward to your next books. Yeah, and to all our viewers, thank you so much, and that's it. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Ayan. Thank you.